Now, this is the part 2 of the untold history of the black woman. You see, the essence of this teaching is to let our black African women know that they are very important in antiquity, and it is only through the black woman all human beings came into existence. This is the untold history of the black woman, where the black woman will regain her stolen legacy. I want all black women to pay attention to the part 2 of this teaching. I repeat, it is the untold history of the black woman, part 2. TikTok, this video is strictly for educational purpose and not a way to relegate or to debase, okay, or to caricature or ridicule anyone or any group of persons. It is strictly for educational purpose. Therefore, if you see this video on your FYP, do well to share it in order for it to go viral. For those of you who are still asking for the book I authored, The Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, the book is only in PDF format. It is not in soft hard copy. It is only in PDF format. So if you want a copy of the book, send a message to my inbox here on TikTok in order for you to procure and purchase your own copy. Remember, it is not for free. It is for sale. Now, let's go to the business of the day. I want you to understand that according to Dr. Yusuf Ben Jochannan, a great African-American historian who is from Ethiopia, you see, around 833 BCE, Homer, who was the first European to write a book, wrote in his 2 books, the Iliad and the Odyssey, the first books of Europe, that the gods Zeus and Apollo were black gods stolen from Ethiopia. The black woman was on top of the world and was worshipped as a goddess. In the year 591 AD, Pope Gregory the Great accused innocent women of being the source of evil and wickedness on earth, citing cases in the Bible of women who brought men to their doom. He declared that women should not have rights in the church and should remain submissive to their husbands. He sees women as agents of evil, who are also agents of destruction and the cause of the suffering on earth since the fall of Adam by Eve. The Pope posited that women have caused the fall of men and that society should treat them as they are. This assertion and belief by European Catholicism and Christianity is entirely different from African spirituality, where we don't see the woman as destruction but as a goddess who brings forth life and support us to a man who is the king and a god. The establishment of Catholicism down to 325 AD under the Council of Nicaea changed the worship of a goddess to the worship of a male deity, which is Yahweh or Jehovah. Before this time in Europe, the center of deity was feminine and the woman was seen as a position of adoration, that even the name Europe was named after a black woman in the person of Europa. Calm down, I will explain. Are you aware that the name Europe was named after a black woman? Now pay attention to this teaching. According to the Greeks, that is according to Greek mythology, Europa and her brother Cadmus were the children of the king of a land called Phoenicia, which is modern-day Lebanon. It was believed that the Greek god Zeus fell in love with Europa and wanted to take her away from her family to live with him in Olympus. Olympus is the heaven of the Greek gods. On a particular day, while Europa was wandering amongst her father's herds of cattle, she saw a white bull. She never knew that Zeus had transformed himself into the bull in order to trick her. After she climbed on his back, he quickly jumped into the sea and carried her far away from her homeland. I want you to understand that Europa's father was devastated and heartbroken and sent her brother Cadmus to find her and bring her home. When Cadmus sailed over to the sea and eventually arrived in Greece, that is Europe, he never did find his lovely sister, but it was Cadmus who brought the alphabet to the Greeks. The continent of Europe later got its name from this black African princess named Europa. Black women, you have to understand how important you were in antiquity, and this is the untold history of the African mama.